Thomas Frank is gone, Yoane Wissa's gone, and also Bryan and Mbeumo is gone. It feels like Brentford have lost their golden stars right now, and it seems to be reflected in real life. So, in Football Manager 2024, I am going to rebuild Brentford. We're going to try and replace these golden stars with some absolute wildies in there if we can, and we are going to try and push and get a little bit further than what Thomas Frank did, and we want that European spots. Maybe Europa League, maybe Champions League. We need to get up there and try and stop them from collapsing in real life. This is the Brentford rebuild. Welcome to Brentford. Frank's gone, Wissa's gone, and Mbeumo's gone as well. We have lost three big names in this Brentford side, and we need to try and fix that. They got the highest finish in the league last year, 9th in the Premiership. We're trying to go one better than that. We want that European football at Brentford, and the board, well, they just want us to become an established Premiership team. Now, they're happy, and they just want us to be competitive in the FA Cup as well. They are really, but as long as we're just getting that Premier League survival and being a Premier League team, that's all they want. That's not good enough for us. Us, me, you, everyone, that is not good enough. We want that European football. None of that. That's poor from them. The board have given us £31 million to spend in the first transfer window. As a normal general rule for my rebuilds, I leave everything first season as it is. The signings have been done. That is it for the season. We're going to work more on tactic with what the squad has got and more kind of dealing with the situation that we are in. I looked to transfers season 2 more than anything, so just a heads up there. I'm not going to lie, I think that's going to help us out the most because we are currently stuck in debt here. We do have £50 million in debt, 43 million transfer debt as well, which is a little bit concerning there. So that's one thing that we've got to worry about, and maybe not doing transfers first season will help that situation as well. We're going to get a lot of money in from TV rights off the Premiership and all other kind of ins and outs of the Premiership. So that's going to help out massively for us there. But looking at that debt, that needs to be cleared before we start going crazy on our transfers. The squad that we've got is a very, very good squad here. I've already put a few players in the positions that I kind of want them to play there, but we have some very good players and quite a few ex-Liverpool players as well, as Kelly is the new goalkeeper for Brentford, so he's going to be locked into our number 1 spots for the rest of the season there. And one thing that I was looking at, Thomas Frank was playing this 4-3-3, and I kind of looked at the team and I was like, they have some exquisite centre-halves here. And what I'm talking about is former Stoke player. I'm a Stoke fan. Nathan Collins, an absolute giant as well. At 6'5" as a centre half, he's an absolute unit in there. Ethan Pinnock as well, another fantastic giant as a centre half. Very handful in the box. He's going to do very well for us. There's Christopher Ajer, who's another absolute giant. These monstrous players that they've got as the centre halves in Brentford is absolutely phenomenal, and we're going to capitalise on them quite a lot, I'm not going to lie. And then if we do have a little bit of a backup problem there, we have Sepp van der Berg, who's going to come in, another ex-Liverpool player, if you will. And talking of ex-Liverpool players, Jordan Henderson's here as well. Got to stick him, haven't you? He's a great leader. So there's some good players in here. There's some experienced players, and there's also some players that are quite young as well. And the one that sticks out for me as well is going to be Michael Yoane, and he is a phenomenal fullback here. He's absolutely rapid. He can whip the ball in. He can tackle. He can dribble. He can pretty much do anything. An absolute fantastic signing that they picked up from Feyenoord. And when it comes to that goal scoring opportunities or that goal scoring, they have brought in Kevin Shade here, who looks an exquisite striker as well. I wouldn't mind a little bit more jumping reach and a bit of strength on him, but I feel like we've got the skills and stuff to develop here. We're going to ignore the value of him because it's kind of a little bit off there. We're using an updated database, so it's kind of a little bit off there, but he looks absolutely phenomenal. A striker that's probably going to be locked in here for quite a while, as long as he does well. We still have this exquisite AM as well with Damsgaard, who is going to be our curator of anything in this team, I think, because he is absolutely phenomenal as well. So we've got some very strong players in this side that I'm looking forward to getting used to. And the tactic that I'm going to rock is it's got to be 3 at the back, right? It's got to be 3 centre-halves. It certainly is 3 centre-halves. So this is a tactic that I used at Palermo. This will be available soon. That's going to be another video just there. So we will be rocking the 3-4-2-1 or 5-2-2-1, whatever you want to call it. That's what we're going to be rocking. I'm going to be playing 2 ball-playing defenders there, and I want them to dribble more and tackle harder. So they're going to push up with that ball, introduce themselves into the midfield slot here. I have got a libero as well, who I want to dribble more. the libero will come in handy. Honestly, the libero just gets in so many positions and offers a pass. When you're right the way up the top of that field, the libero offers this exquisite just option to get the ball through. I need to stop saying exquisite, not gonna lie. 2 wing backs as well on the left and right. Rico Henry is in there right now. He's a phenomenal player. And then we also going to have KO'd, who's going to be a fantastic wing back as well. 2 volantes, so they're gonna be like holding midfielders, but as soon as we get out of possession or in possession with the ball, boom, we're gonna push straight up and try and get the ball back as soon as possible, and also not leaving ourselves vulnerable at the back. So they're going to push forward, get involved in the game, and it's going to be absolutely super for them. Damsgaard's going to be our AM, just a simple AM in there. The ball's going to get to him, and he's just going to distribute it all the way around, and just allowing him creative freedom to do whatever he wants, because he's that type of player. I'm going to have a shadow striker alongside him as well, who's going to help out massively with him, and then he is also going to help out with Shade as well, who's going to be our advanced forward up front there. This is what we're going to play first season. We've got some unbelievable players here. Shall we just get into the season? We actually start the season in fantastic form, getting a 5-0 victory over newly promoted Sunderland. Damsgaard, Rico Henry, Shade, and Nathan Collins all gain on the score sheet for us. The second game doesn't go so well, as we do lose to Fulham there, but we do see ourselves go on a very good streak of wins and 1 draw against Brighton in the next month. And our form actually carried on through to the Carabao Cup as well, not just in the Premiership, as we picked up a huge win away from home at Anfield against Liverpool, a 2-1 victory. Rico Henry with a fantastic goal for us there, and a second goal as well, working in that set piece there. Yoane getting that ball, pushing it into space, finds Christopher Ajer, who finds KO Dev. Good ball across, and Jordan Henderson against his former club to give us a 2-1 victory into the next stages of the Carabao Cup. Our run in the end did come to an end, and it was going to be none other than Thomas Frank. He knocked us out in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup as we go out 2-2 away from home to Tottenham. We started off really well there, getting an early goal in the 21st minute, but unfortunately it was not going to be enough for us, as it looks like just a little bit of too much pressure there from the opposition, and it's going to be an easy goal for them. Knocked us out on penalties. It was, if it was just for the neutral, you'd be absolutely loving this. It was like unbelievable game for anyone to watch here, but like I say, we couldn't get through. Very good goal from Hickey. We go out on penalties, and we did bounce back in great fashion as well, picking up a 2-0 victory over Chelsea. As you see there, Shade, the new striker, absolutely getting involved, feeling like he's been at this club all this time. He's absolutely brilliant, and I love having him in the team. As we get our second goal here, Hickey just plays a good ball in, and there is Shade yet again for 2 goals at Stamford Bridge to give us a victory. And that actually leaves us, after 20 games, sitting in 4th. An unbelievable start to the season. Well, I say a start, it's nearly 2/3 of the season done there, picking up 11 victories, 5 draws, and only 4 losses. Man City going undefeated is quite the achievement there, I'm not going to say, but we are the 3rd best team in the league for losses there, and that is unbelievable in my eyes. We're actually going quite well. We're going to finish the rest of the season off, and hopefully we can stick in them Champions League spaces. And that's exactly what we did. We finished 4th in the Premiership. 18 more games went on, and we carried on going. Now, if you ever look at the gap there from 3rd place, it is a big gap. That is 18 points. That's a significant gap there. The Premiership was absolutely closer. I would love to have seen that last day of the Premiership. That would have been fantastic, I'm not going to lie. But it is going to be a top 4 finish, and we get Champions League in the first season. The tactic absolutely flying and on fire for us. And another one of them cracking results was a victory over Manchester United at home. And once again, it was going to be none other than our brand new striker. Shade here gained a goal for us, and that is going to give us the victory. Shade has been on some exquisite form, managing to pick up 20 goals for us this season, and you can just see there him developing more and more as he just gets more and more comfortable with the Premier League. We knew that Damsgaard was going to be one of our main players here, and he racked up 10 goals for us with 12 assists and 38 as that AM. That is just brilliant. It's what you want behind your strikers and also around your players that are pushing forward. To manage him to get the 12 assists and 10 goals, you just want him to just roll on as well and keep playing. He's only 23 years of age as well, so that also helps. We've got him for a long time, and that is really what we need to do. We'll lock him down with a new contract and keep him in. Now, the board have given us £53 million to spend in the next transfer, ready for that Champions League campaign that's going to be in Season 2 for us, with £133,000 spare in the wages. Now, we might have a few players going out the other way, so we've got to see what we've got at the end of our business before we go and divulge into our transfer window. And as you can see, the finances have gone really well in this year. Not spending a penny has outside massively. We've got that 50 million debt down to just 5.9 million, and we've shaved off 10 million in the transfer debt. Huge work there to save 50 million this year and still manage to get it into the Champions League. Great success for this season. Season 2, and that 50 million is going to be spent wisely. Now, we have done a couple of transfers before that out to build a little bit more cash, and it's not going to be too many signings that we have done there. Yoane is going to go to Leicester for 1.5 million, and Michael, please bear with me on this one. Kigby has gone to Mainz for 7.5 million in the end. 6 million up front and 7.5 with installments in there, giving us a transfers out of 7.75 million. And with that money, we're going to sign a centre-off / a DM, and it is going to be Ko Itakura. And we actually signed him from Ajax, a phenomenal centre-off. I looked at his mentals and I was like, they are unbelievable, apart from off the ball, but we didn't really need that, so that's why I brought him in. We picked him up for 12.75 million from Ajax. I feel that's like a really good signing, a good rotational player and a starter for her as well as centre-off, so I was super happy with this one. We then spent money on Mohamed Diomande from Rangers, another very solid centre midfielder here. That dribbling, first touch, passing and technique is absolutely crucial for us, and I'm actually going to play him as a volante. Even though he's only got 5 tackling, I'm still going to play him as a volante. His off the ball flair, vision, decision making, concentration, it's all perfect with that pace to get up and down the field as well, and the work rate of 13. I feel like this is a great signing. We did spend £25 million on this player, but I feel like he's going to be a great addition into that team. And our final signing is going to be Samuel Chukwueze, and we actually signed him. I thought this would be a good signing, as Wissa and Mbeumo were both actually African players, so I thought, you know what, a similar player to them type of players, I'm going to bring in another African, and we brought in Samuel, the Nigerian. He has come all the way from AC Milan. He spent some time at Fulham last season on loan, managing to get 7 goals, so I think we can improve him a little bit on that. Picked him up for £18 million. I think it's an absolute cracking signing for us, and he's going to go straight into the team. And the team is going to look like this now. We are going to bring Itakura into that team now as well. Diamande is going to be that attacking volante, and also Chukwueze is going to be our shadow striker here. I think the link-up play he's going to have with Damsgaard and Shade is going to be absolutely phenomenal for us. I just feel like he's going to shine really well there. And we started off pretty well in the pre-seasons as well, picking up a couple of wins and scoring plenty of goals in there. I won't say the most difficult of starts to the Premier League campaign this year was we've got Crystal Palace, Sheffield United, Aston Villa, West Ham and Notts Forest in the starting one. So it's going to be a bit of a grabbable points, as you will say, going into the first games of the season. We are still left with £5 million in the transfer budget as well, with 58,000 in the wages. Probably going to be it now. That's transfer business done. Not going to look into anymore. I think we're ready for the season and ready for the Champions League. Start of the season started off pretty well, picking up a 1-0 victory over Crystal Palace. Kevin Shade yet again doing his job, and then another fantastic result away from home, picking up a 5-2 victory against Sheffield United. Then things fell off a little bit as we do lose 1-0 to Aston Villa in a 91st minute winner from Matty Cash. That feels disgusting. And then it just hit us hard. We went away to West Ham and we got an absolute spanking, 4-1. Champions League campaign started gloriously with a 3-2 victory over Servette. And we also pulled off one of the most and best victories we have had with Brentford. We actually beat Barcelona 2-0. Kevin Shade, once again, just putting that ball in the back of the net, just proving how clinical he is. I absolutely love this guy. I think he's just incredible. A lovely well-worked free kick as well. And there is our brand new signing, Itakura, getting a goal for us, the centre-off. We then carried on that form with another brilliant win against Chelsea. For some reason, we just seem to do well against Chelsea, and Shade, yet again, putting the ball in the back of the net, does what he does. And then Damsgaard with a nice penalty, just slotting his away there for a nice, steady victory. And the results just carried on as Diamonde whipping that cross in there for Joe with a great header, and assist for Diamonde, the new guy. But another 3 points at Anfield. We can't complain at that at all. We are absolutely flying right now. As Rico Henry with an unbelievable touch. Can we just, like, put a bit of respect on Rico Henry's name there? And this will be the last result that I show you guys as we do pick up another victory against Manchester United in the league. A 2-1 victory. A nice penalty for Damsgaard there. And Hickey gained down this right-hand side. He's going to find Henderson, who's been absolutely phenomenal for us again. But Yanlet with a nice ball. Onana just doing Onana things. And not all things can go swings and roundabouts, as once again, Thomas Frank knocks us out of the Carabao Cup. Will this guy just leave us alone for one day? He is absolutely haunting us at this place. Tottenham 4, Brentford 1. We unfortunately get knocked out of the Carabao Cup. And that leaves the league table looking a little bit like this after 14 games. We are currently sat in 6th place. Kevin Shade has actually got his 9 goals. I thought he got a little bit more than that the way he's been playing, but we're going to take it to Diamonde as well. Brand new signing for us. Managed to get 5 assists so far in the Premiership for us. He's actually proving to be very, very clinical with us. So form is going on really well. Super excited. I'm super glad that our new signings are actually doing things for us. We headed into February and the form actually carried on. We still sit in 6th there. Kevin Shade did manage to get us 15 goals so far, and once again, Mohamed Diamonde getting us 12 assists, just proving how important he is. Unfortunately for us, though, Chukwueze is not having the best of seasons, I'm not going to lie. 25 appearances, only 1 goal. Kind of a bit of a letdown for us. Maybe we try and change his position or something like that. A little bit disappointed with him, not gonna lie. I know it's not his favourite position there, shadow striker. He's more of a winger kind of / inside forward, but we are trying to mould him to that shadow striker. Hopefully he starts to develop a little bit more and he pushes on. As you can see, we are still set 6th in the Premier League. We do have a good run. We had a very good run all the way through January, picking up wins against Arsenal in the FA Cup. We returned the favour to West Ham with a 4-1 victory, and we went 0-0 away to the Bernabeu. That is 4 points off Barcelona and Real Madrid. That is unbelievable. And then we go and pick up a 4-0 victory over Benfica as well, just proving how strong we are. Shade, yet again, left or right foot, this man does not matter. He scores goals. Honestly, if you get a chance to use this guy or sign him in FM, I would highly recommend it. He's been absolutely phenomenal for us. He's just been going off on one. He has been unbelievable. So that's another one from us there, and we do pick up that result. Now, we do have a good run in. We have Ajax in the knockout stages of the Champions League, so that's going to be a tough one for us. Nottingham Forest in the 5th round of the FA Cup, and we also have a lot of good teams still to go in here. So we've got Liverpool, Manchester United. We've beaten before, but it might be a struggle at home. And we do have Spurs and Arsenal in the last 3 games of the season. We are trying to push down and get us back into that top 4 finish. We're going to have a big push for it now because the games are coming thick and fast, especially with that Champions League in there as well. So let's try and beat Ajax and get through to that next stage. And that is exactly what we did. We did finish 4th again. Now, the Premiership has gone up a little bit, so we do get 5 teams that are now going to qualify for the Champions League. So we're kind of aiming for the top 5 there with the reputation of the team and the coefficients for the Premiership. We do get 5 teams in the Premiership. So a 69 points does get us a nice little finish there. Man City, yet again, finishing on 84 points. They are just very hard to catch. 21 wins for us, though, is absolutely unbelievable, and just showing that the tactic is actually working quite well. Kevin Shade does finish on 22 goals for the season, and our new signing of Mohamed Diamonde getting us 16 assists this year is absolutely brilliant. I'm super happy with that. He's been quality for us. His value has gone up as well to 49 to 55 million. I'm not going to sell him, but it is there that we can offload him if we need to. I will give credit to Chukwueze because he actually did turn the season around a little bit. He finished on 8 goals this season. He only had 1 previously, so in them last 12 games, he's kind of stepped up a little bit there and managed to pick up a couple of goals. So absolutely over the moon for him there. And Chukwueze is going to get that goal playing against Ajax in the Champions League. We had a big game against Ajax and we needed to do something here, and we picked up a 2-2 away from home. Always a strong result. If you're going away from home in Europe and you're not losing or getting a draw, I always feel like you have a massive advantage there going into that next leg. And that was kind of like Michael Owen, so I apologise for that. But once again, as you see there, Chukwueze getting through, finds the ball, slots it away, and that's a great finish. It doesn't look like he's scared of any confidence or for sure of any confidence. He actually looks like he's doing really well there, so that was nice to see. And I'm just going to show this again because I just can't speak this man's praise as much as I have. Shade with another goal. As you can see, we do go through in the second leg there of the Champions League knockouts, beating Ajax on penalties. Unfortunately, we are going to draw Arsenal in the next stage of that knockout. So the last 16 into the Champions League is going to be where we actually get knocked out. Chukwueze getting a good goal there for us, finding his end, being a little bit of a poacher in that shadow striker there. I love that, being in the right space. But unfortunately, Arsenal are going to get a tie away from home for them. That does put us in a bad situation, which does cost us as we do head to the Emirates, and it is going to be a 2-goal lead, which going to be 3-1, knocks us out of the Champions League. We had a fantastic effort there, and I am super proud of the boys. First attempt to the Champions League, we get through to the last 16. It wasn't meant to be, but fair play to them. We won Tottenham 2-1 on the last day of the season to put it into that top 4 position and get us Champions League for the next year. It's going to be none other than our absolute clinical striker, Shade, getting us 2 goals, getting a nice brace to end the season for us there. Don't know what the goalkeeper's doing, but we're going to take that. It's a great cross in. Even though we have the low crosses in, we still put them in the air, so always something to look at. If you have the low crossing on, you're still going to put a high ball into the box sometimes. It's just sometimes it goes low like that, and that's how you be clinical and you get a dodgy goal. It's a win. That's what we want. And as I say there, we have now got 5 Champions League spaces. So it's nice to see that we are maintaining that Champions League spots there. The board have given us £97 million. So the finances right now are crazy. We're up 129 million in the overall balance. Our debts, it's just 31 million transfer debts. We have cleared the net debt now. So transfer debt normally goes over installments or when you're playing that monthly installments of it. So I can't just clear that out. I could buy the clause out and do it that way, but I'm just going to leave that go because it's transfer and just maintain this net debt has stayed there. So we're always consistently making money now. Good to see 130 million in the bank, and it's time to get into season 3 and make some transfers here. Season 3 and an absolute bucket load of cash for us and back-to-back Champions League achievements there. Club reputation has gone on a little boost and it's time to spend a little bit of cash and build for a better Champions League campaign. But first, we're going to offload a couple of players, and these are the players that aren't really playing for us. As you can see there, Benjamin Arthur for 1.1 million. Keane Lewis Potter hasn't played any games for us, solely for 2 million. Frank Onyeka has also gone back to Midtjylland for 1.3 million as well. Thiago for 1.2 million, and also Paris Magoma as well for 1.5 million. Ben Kuras has gone for 1.85k, not really money there. Another 7 million in the bank, but we have done some spending ourselves. And I say spending, the first one was a cheeky little freebie. That is correct. As you can see there, João Felix has joined Brentford. We picked him up on a free. I thought I'm going to take a chance on him, and they only got him for £67,000 a week. I thought that was an absolute steal. Spent some time in Saudi Arabia. He's had enough of it. He has left the contract, and he has come back to England here. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to take him on. In that AM position, he can be a rotation for Damsgaard or Chukwueze. Either way, I think that's a cracking signing for a free. Our next signing is going to be Tanguy Nianzou, a absolute baller of a centre-off. We picked him up from Newcastle here. Wasn't getting played that much, so we decided to take him off their hands. Another rotation of centre-offs into our team. We have got some of the best centre-offs, I feel, in the league at the minute, and to manage to pick him up for £29 million. He's only played 8 games for Newcastle over 2 seasons. I think that's absolutely scandalous for him, and we just had to go in there and pick him up. 23 years of age as well, an absolute wonderful signing. And our big money signing this year is going to be Alvaro Rodriguez, a backup striker / playing striker. Shade is absolutely class. I don't want to take that away from him. But I'm kind of worried that I've got no one if he ever gets injured. So we went out and brought Alvaro Rodriguez. Also, we can play that 2 at the top formation. Now, with this, he has a bit of a... Oh, he has the attributes I like. And it's strength, jumping reach, a little bit of pace about him, heading, finishing, technique, composure, off the ball. All over 15. What a player. Now, he did cost me a pretty little penny here. £43 million. He has come from Ouch. Did play for Real Madrid back in the day as well. Played 6 games for him, getting a goal. But he has managed to play for Ouch for 2 seasons and picked up 23 goals in the league. We're going to take full advantage of that. And that's our signings for this season. And the team's going to look a little bit like this. Joe's going to be our libero from now on. I feel like a comfortable position with him there. Nyanzu's going to come into that position. Unfortunately for our Japanese centre of Ko Itakura, he's going to be dropped down to rotation here. Sepp van der Berg as well is going to be rotation for us. Now Felix coming into the team as well as the AM. He's going to rotate out with Damsgaard and also with Chukwueze. Shade has kind of got to stay in that position. And one thing you've noticed with the tactic as well, I've come off that attacking and gone more positive now. I feel like more teams are just like closing down on us and just like shutting up shop. So we've just got to draw it back a little bit to let the teams come out to us and let them do the work so we can find the gaps behind the back of them. And with the start of the season really close to us, we start pre-season really well with a 4-0, a 2-0 and a 6-0, not conceding a goal and scoring 12 goals in 3 games. That is a very good for us. Season's going to be an interesting one though, as we start with Brighton away from home, Man City, Everton, Aston Villa and Wolves, as we look to try and secure some stuff for the Champions League and hopefully put a better performance in the Champions League. And if we're talking about good starts to this season, we have absolutely done that. We're currently sitting 3rd in the Premier League, just 3 points behind Manchester City. We've lost 2 games this year, and that is going to be against Manchester City, of course. Erling Haaland doing the dirty work on us there. And also, we lost 3-1 against Chelsea at home. We did start off pretty well, trying to get that ball back off there, using that kind of a press that we want up front there, and Shea gets us a goal, but they just decided, you know what, we are going to turn on the heat, and that's what they did. Cole Palmer getting a bit chilly in there with his penalty strike, gets him a goal. Another free kick, well, no, sorry, another set piece goal, should I say, gets us a 2-1 down there, and then they're finally going to score from open play. Neto gets the ball down this right-hand side, a lovely first-time crossing, and then 1-2 with the post, 3-1 defeat. But our Champions League starts very well. A 4-1 victory over Club Brugge. Chukwueze gained on the score sheet, and now a new signing of João Felix as well, both gained on the score sheet. We did then pick up a 3-1 victory against Manchester United. Chukwueze gained on the score sheet, having a better season this year, not gonna lie, I'm liking that. And I feel like it just happens every single season now. We pick up another 3 points at Anfield with a 2-0 victory. Gonna get a cheeky one here. It's gonna be a nice little deflection there. Damsgaard, I'm gonna give Damsgaard the credit for that goal there, as he gets us a 1-goal lead. And then we go and put the dagger into the final quarter as a ball comes straight across the box, and it's going to be none other than Shade giving us a 2-0 victory. That leaves our Champions League spot sitting 17th in the league table with the new fixtures as well. And we do see ourselves in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup, which is going to be a tough one against Fulham away from home. But now we need to skip on through the season here, and hopefully Kevin Shea can carry on with 11 goals in 13 games. Is absolutely great for us. João Felix has been one of our highest rated players as well. Nice from a brand new signing there, and also one of our top assists with 5. So hopefully this form can carry on for us. And that's exactly what we did with a great start in the Champions League here. This is going to be in the knockout stages. We pick up a 4-2 victory away from home against Feyenoord to see us advancing through to the last 16. Shade yet again pointing the ball in the back of the net, and we're just dominating, really, showing how good this team actually can be. It's a quarter getting some game time here as well. I know we got that rotation of the back 3 there, and that's another goal from Shade. That then saw us draw against Chelsea in this last 16 of the round. We did go and lose at our place 2-1, but the magical of the Champions League, we pick up a 3-1 victory against Chelsea in the last 16 to win 4-3 on aggregate, and that is unbelievable. He took it to extra time. I'm not gonna lie, it was hard, it was tough. For João Felix against his former club scoring for us there, giving the fans something to celebrate, as Chelsea did pull it back, so it was 3-3, but honestly, I could not believe what I was seeing and what was happening here as Cole Palmer just puts it in. Cole Palmer doesn't seem to have a field day against us for some reason. Maybe we should just sign him. But as you can see here, in the 104th minute, we are going to somehow get a goal here. A great fall through, and Milambo gets us a goal to see us through. And that run doesn't stop here. We then go and take on Inter Milan in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, picking up a 2-1 victory at Brentford Stadium. Unbelievable result yet again. Diamonde getting us 2 goals. Unfortunately, Inter Milan did put a little bit of pressure on us as we would be heading to the San Siro to try and take our first ever adventure into the semi-finals of the Champions League. A great goal from Barella there. And that's exactly what we did with a 1-1 draw, seeing us through to the next stages of the Champions League, the semi-finals. And it is going to be a 0-0 draw at home with PSG, but the ask was a little too much in the semi-finals. We actually do take the lead in the early stages here. Shade, who else was it going to be? Getting us a goal there, and then PSG just turned up the heat. We give a sloppy penalty away. Krevishella gets a very, very nice finish there on the penalty spot. And then a ball just going to come through in the 119th minute. This could have gone to penalties, but no, it is a heartbreak as the ball just gets sent straight into the back of the net. A curling shot knocks us out of the Champions League. A semi-finals and an unbelievable performance from Brentford here. Something to be proud of. But our form carried on in the league as well. Once again, Man City just running away with it. These boys are unstoppable. Tottenham getting second as well, which was wild to me. Oh, we were only 4 points off them, but we managed to finish third in the league. Once again, another improvement on the last 2 years, which is another phenomenal thing. 10 losses, though, is quite a steep amount of losses there. Something that really needs to be looked at. If we potentially put them into draws or even wins, we could have been up there chasing Man City a little bit harder. A top 3 finish is absolutely phenomenal for us. Shade Gainers, 27 goals. João Felix with 18 assists, becoming our top assisters, which is crazy considering he was a freebie for us. Yanzu managing to get us 13 goals as a centre-half. That jumping reach and that heading coming in crucial for us where we need it to be. Using them set pieces, trying to fight him off. A fantastic signing that is for the price. And Rodriguez was actually more of a super sub for us. He played 6 full games, managed to get us 5 goals in the Premier League. Maybe we could utilise him a bit more, but when you have Shade absolutely banging him in and doing what he does best, we're getting 27 goals for the season. It's kind of hard to kind of replace him and just like take him out. He's flying and he's actually developing as well. It's going up and up and up. His attributes are flying up every single year, so that's super good to see as well. And he's only 24. Now the finances are looking pretty good as well. 132 million in the bank account. The debts are slowly going down. We're down to 12 million with just transfer debts here, so we're not using installments or anything like that. We're just clearing the debts, and it's great to see. And with that, the board give us 69 million for next year to try and bring in a couple more players. Maybe we look for a little bit of youth in the system there, just try and futurize this team for the next few years. So that's all going to be into the next season, ready for season 4. The start of season 4, a little bit of cash in the bank, and that's dwindled away there. Champions League every single season, which is crazy. We do get a reputational boost as well, so we're now 4 stars. I think we need to be like 4.5 stars to get them ultra players, but we have maintained this top 4 finish every single time, which is great to see. And one thing I'd like to say is like our estimated value of the club is up to 1.7 billion pounds, and also a little bit of disrespect for the media prediction here. I finished in the Champions League every single time and they're saying 7th. Shame on them. Shame on them. But time to spend our cash. First, we made a couple of transfers out this time, and there were some expensive ones, I'm not going to lie. And as you can see there, Ko Itakura has actually gone to Saudi Arabia, £16.5 million. He's 29. I thought I'd just get rid of him. Time to move him on. He's been a great servant for us. Became that kind of rotation player. He came in the first season, was that starting lineup, then dropped out as soon as we got Tanguy in, and now unfortunately he's going to leave us and he's gone to Saudi Arabia. He's been a great asset to us. Played a couple of he played a very lot of games for us, 66 in 2 seasons. Fair play to him, but unfortunately he has had to move on. We then sold João Felix. João Felix had a release clause. I didn't know he had a release clause in his contract because I'm such a silly sausage. And he got brought out from Saudi Arabia for 48 million. And the fact that they offered him £525,000 a week compared to my 64,000, I can't understand why he left. So fair play to him. Good luck back in Saudi. He's got that contract he wanted, but he's fine. We take that 48 million pounds that they offered to us. We're going to put that into the bank account and say thank you very much. 65 million on transfers out. Let's see who we brought in on our ins. Our first signing here is a free contract, and it's going to be Leon Goretzka, come from Bayern Munich. We all know him. He's an absolute baller. He's a workhorse. Put this guy as a Levante, we are going to be flying. I can't believe he actually left Bayern and he's on a free. We picked him up for £150,000 a week. A lot of money, I know, but we did save some on João Felix as well, so that's kind of put it down to 90,000. That's what I'm telling myself anyway, but an unbelievable signing. Then we picked up a young centre-half. Now, I did say I wanted to bring in a couple of young players here to solidify the future for Brentford as well here. An 18-year-old Stambos comes in. Look at this guy at 18. That jumping reach to 16 as well. Got the strength at 18 as well at 15. 6'3", great heading as well. Good marking, all right tackling, good technique. He's got a lot of composure on the ball. His concentration is great, determination is great, and he loves the bravery of tackle and position is great. He is unbelievable. We have loaned him back to Ajax for a season, so hopefully he gets game time with them, because that'll help his development. And now we picked up a striker from Chelsea, another 18-year-old. I'm going to butcher this name, so put it in the comments. I know what you like. Samira Ayuka. I have probably butchered that. I know we have, but there we go. He has got 5-star potential as well. 18-year-old. We managed to pick this young chap up for £30 million, and he's going to develop into an absolute baller. I know we've already got two very good strikers in this club, but if we can loan this guy out again and potentially get him somewhere, he is in the under 21s at the minute, so he's going to get a lot of game time there and play some football. But if some club, potentially from the Championship or a newly promoted Premiership side, wants to take him on, I'll happily let him go out on loan. Get him some game time that'll make him develop. And our big money signing this year was Alberto Moleiro. Now, he has come in as our replacement for João Felix. He's unbelievable. What he does is just unbelievable. His dribbling of 18, first touch, passing of 15, techers of 16, vision as well of 17, and his flair is going to just cause so much havoc in that AM position. I'm super excited for it. Now, I did have to buy out his release clause, and that is a £51 million release clause. It was quite a lot of money, but still, I'm super happy with this team. And that's how it's going to look here. As you can see there, we have now taken out our Felix, and he's going to be Moleiro in. Goretzka's going to be our Volante in there as well. And this is how the team is going to look for us. I think it's going to be super interesting season this year. I feel like the players that we've took out have been influential, but the players that we brought in could be even more influential on this team. And preseason just shows, I always show preseason. I know that it doesn't really mean much because these teams don't really play any, but once again, it's back-to-back wins all the way through. Gives you a very strong, good feeling about going into the season, especially your first game is going to be Leeds, Chelsea, Newcastle. It's not the easiest start, especially Leeds can always give you a tough run, and then Chelsea away is always going to be difficult. So it's going to be an interesting season. I feel like the signings are there, they're ready, they're locked in, they're ready to go. And with this formation, I think we've got a good chance this year. Now, we are only 13 games into the season here, guys, and I am a little bit worried. I am not going to lie. We see ourselves sitting top of the Premier League. Yes, you heard that correct. Top of the Premiership. Spurs chasing us down and Man City behind us as well. It is absolutely crazy. We have a 24 goal difference. Kevin Shade has scored 18 goals in 13 games. This is absolutely crazy. We started with a massive win over Leeds, and then we beat Chelsea 4-0 away from home. Reece James giving us a massive assist there, getting sent off, but things just went even crazy as we picked up a 5-1 victory against Newcastle. I don't know what was going on. And then we go into our Champions League games where we started picking up wins. 6-2 against Nice, 3-0 against Soviet Prague, 4-1 against Partizan, 2-2 against Barcelona, and an unbelievable 4-4 against Juventus. I don't even know what's going on. We did get a bit of a slap in the face though, as Man Manchester United decided they want to step up the game here and ruin our fun by beating us 4-0 at Old Trafford. I know we beat them a couple of times, but this was just a little bit too much and a bit of a shock to the system. I'm not going to lie there. It kind of took us by surprise, but sometimes you just get them games where you just don't turn up, and this was kind of one of them. And they beat us 4-0, fair play. With our new signings as well, Moliero is going to be sitting on 13 games. He's got us 4 goals and 5 assists so far. Goretzka has also played 13 games for us, 2 goals, 1 assist. More of that ball-winning midfielder in there with that Volante support. We're looking at Diamonde more for our assists and our kind of build-up play there. Goretzka's just going to be our workhorse in there. Working well for us. Got to carry on this good form. Just have a look at these greens here. It is crazy what is going on right now. Also, Wrexham in the Premiership. First time I've seen that. Beat them 4-0, right? But Wrexham in the Premiership. Good on them. Once we got into April, we did take a bit of a bumpy ride as we pick up a 1-0 victory over Borussia Dortmund. 2 players sent off in the late stages of the game. Did not help us as we then faced Bayern Munich in the league stages, and they are going to pick up a 1-0 victory. Oh, we could have had it. We kind of had a good run there in the Champions League, but we are still through to the knockout stages. And we tried our best to get some revenge on PSG. They knocked us out of the semi-finals last year. This year, we get them in the last 16 as well. But a 4-2 defeat at PSG at home is going to be a tough one. We have now got to bring them back to our place and try and do something special and try and get a result there. Somehow, that is exactly what we do. How we kept a clean sheet is beyond me. What a ball in that is as well from Almiro, our new signing. That's what we paid him for. That's what we paid this 51 million for. Unbelievable scenes, and Almiro getting a ball into the box as well, and another great header there. Goretzka, the 2 new boys linking up, giving us a 2-2, and Ajer with the penalty is going to put it through there. I don't know if you want to see all these penalties, guys, but we did go through on penalties, and it's a great scene. We are through to the, I think it's the quarterfinals now. But we're going to need another miracle. We lost 4-2 to PSG. Can we pull it back against Barcelona, as that's an awful goal, as we are going to be playing them? We need 2 goals yet again. I don't mind going through on penalties if they won't do that again. I'll take the heartbreak, but we'll see if we can get through. It's going to be a tough one. Premier League is looking like this, though. After 32 games, we are only 2 points off Manchester United and 1 point off Man City, who are sitting 2nd and 1st in the league. 3rd by 6 points as well. One of our better ends to the season here that we are having, so I'm super excited to see how this goes down. Some big games in there as well. One thing I will say is Thomas Frank really needs to go away. Carabao Cup final at Wembley, and it is going to be a 3-2 defeat after we go 2-0 up in the early stages of the game. Talk about doing a Spurs against Spurs here. 83rd minute is going to see Spurs get the first goal here as Lookman brings the ball in, plays it across, and then Maddison is there. And yes, you are going to see that correct, guys. That is the 90th minute. They are going to get an equaliser. I think it was the 94th minute. Pretty much the last kick of the game. They get an equaliser and take it to extra time, where they go on and get the victory. Maddison with an unbelievable free kick over the wall. Keeper just stood no chance. 92nd minute. Spurs win the Carabao Cup. Got some more good results in there as well. Manchester United, we decided to beat them at our place, which is nice. And then we went on a good streak in the Premiership. West Ham 2-0, Wrexham 2-0, Birmingham 3-0, and Brighton 3-0. 4 games there, 5 games if you want to count the PSG games, all with a clean sheet. That's very nice to play. But we have big games coming up to end this season. Manchester City, Barcelona, Aston Villa, Tottenham, Everton, Arsenal, Liverpool. This is going to be the end of the season that you just don't want to miss here. We have a chance at winning the league. We are flying, we are high, but we have some massive games to try and get some points from. Now, the plan didn't go 2 while for us here, as Manchester City did pick up a 2-1 victory as we were chasing down the title on them as well. They do create a little bit of a gap by getting this win. We just couldn't do it at the Etihad. They were just a little bit too strong for us. We tried our best, but unfortunately it wasn't meant to be there. It's going to be a lovely goal from Rodrigo here, doubling the lead in the 10 minutes, and he just kind of knocked us off a little bit there. We did manage to pull one back, but it wasn't going to be enough here. But as we do what we normally do, a lovely press there, and Shade is going to just score a goal. It's what he does. And unfortunately for us, the bad luck carries on as Barcelona beat us 3-0 as well. A shocking pass back there, and Wahi just puts the ball in the back of net. A 3-0 defeat at the Camp Nou is going to see us knocked out of the Champions League in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. It's unfortunate for us, but the teams were just too strong that we were playing. Gavi with a wonderful ball there as well. 6-1 on aggregate, tough call to do. So we put our focus back into the Premier League, and we had to do what we had to do. We bounced back with a 4-0 victory over Aston Villa, and then we have a second versus third in the league against Arsenal. And this was going to pretty much decide who finished third and who finished second, as the ball gets in, and Nianzou gets the ball there as Moliero gets us an assist as well. Arsenal did try and fire back to put a bit of pressure on us here, as he just answered back with that corner goal that we got. What a ball that is as well, and Thuram just slots it away. It was just fantastically played from Arsenal, but that wasn't going to stop us, as we do what we do best. We put a little bit of pressure on their players. That's what the tactic does. Gets the ball, Shea gets it, ray it in, absolutely no man's land. I don't even know what he's doing. In an important game like that, he does that. Shea's not going to score an easier goal at all. And Goretzka puts the nail in the coffin with a lovely penalty there for a 3-2 victory. And that leaves the league table looking like that. Just 3 points. 3 pesky points takes us away from Manchester City. Now, what we did previously last year was lose a lot of games, and now we've changed that and put it into our draws, and we managed to get 25 wins this season, which is phenomenal for our club. I'm super proud of the boys. We did get the best goal difference as well, scoring 83 goals and only conceding 36 with a 47 goal difference there. That's a phenomenal one for us. Champions League yet again, which is nice to see. Kevin Shade giving us 29 goals this season. This man has been absolutely electric. He is so fun to use and just scores goals for fun. Left or right, it doesn't matter. This man can find the back of the net. He is honestly outrageous. I've loved using him. Our top signing as well, Alberto Moliero, 21 assists for us this year. The 51 million, well spent for us. Developed a little bit as well. Only 23, so he's only going to get better in the next couple of years. An exquisite signing. I need to stop saying exquisite. I keep saying it. So this is the tactic that is going to see us probably for the next couple of years as well. I think if we just build on that and get a few players in, it should be absolutely fine. But I don't feel like I can take this team on much more. I feel like I've got to the stage where it all just depends on Man City slipping up now. We could potentially go and buy some new players because the board have given us 53 million, and we could sell some players as well. But I think at the rebuild here, we have done what we needed to do. I think we built Brentford to be a Champions League side. That's what they are now. They are that top 4 finish every single season. We've brought the youth players in. We've brought the 18-year-olds in. That's going to see them through the future. Like I said previously, Almiro, Shade, other players in there are still young as well. Age of 23, 24. They still got 4 to 5 years. There is a Champions League and there is a Premier League title in this Brentford side. It's just not for me. I am not going to get it. I'm not the one that's going to get it. Maybe you are. But guys, that is going to be the end of the rebuild. I hope you did enjoy it. Please, I love doing these. They are fun. They take a lot of time. So any likes and subscribes and comments just help, just show the love for it. It means the world to me. So I appreciate that if you can do that for me. And leave a comment. Let me know any team that you want me to rebuild for you. Let me know and I'll try my best at it. It could be the team you support or someone else. You never know. Let you guys decide. We're getting there and we're getting ready for FM26. It's just around the corner and we're going to hit this hard because that's what we do. Let's get it. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for watching. Much love and bye-bye.